Namaste, Hari Om. My name is Vishal Nagrani and I am preparing this project on pranayama. I joined S. Vyasa University on the online digital learning platform for the Yoga Instructors course in the month of November 2019. This report is part of my examination as per the DDE directives. The report is on pranayama. So what is pranayama? This is two words joined together, prana and yama. Prana means life force energy and yama means control. So pranayama is about how we use our breath to take in this life force energy and then control it to reach higher states of consciousness. Another school of yoga defines pranayama into two different breakups. The first word pranaya remains the same, but the second word is defined as ayama, which is harnessing this energy, the expansion of this energy within ourselves. The meaning actually is more or less same. The great sage Patanjali has defined in his Ashtanga Yoga about 8 limbs. These 8 limbs are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. So pranayama forms one of the 8 limbs of yoga. So why do we need pranayama? Pranayama is used to utilize the life force energy to attain higher states of consciousness. The final aim of pranayama is to reach the Anandamaya Kosha. Now, there are 4 stages of pranayama: Puraka, Antarrechaka, Kumbhaka and Baharechaka. So, let us understand what is Puraka. Puraka is inhalation, Rechaka is holding the breath, and Kumbhaka is holding the breath, and Rechaka is exhalation. Kumbhaka has 2 types, whether we are holding the breath inwards or we are holding it outwards. But in the initial learning of pranayama practices, we don't concentrate on Kumbhaka. However, this is eventually the most important stage of pranayama. But the yogi, the sadhaka, must progress slow and steady without straining himself, without straining his lungs, without straining his body while he is doing pranayama. So, let us understand the 5 sheaths in which the human body is comprising of. These are the Annamaya Kosha, which is a physical body, the Manomaya Kosha, which is the mind, the Pranayama Kosha, the Pranamaya Kosha, which is the energy body, for which actually the main significance is of pranayama. And the 4th and the 5th are Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha. Prana itself is made of 5 koshas. These are called as Prana, Apana, Samana, Udana and Vyana. All these energies constitute the roles that different parts of the body play. For example, the speech, the digestion, the excretion, the coughing, the blinking of the eyes, the use of the sense organ, also the reserve force which is in our body. So let us understand how we live our lives nowadays. Our lives are full of stress. We have eating disorders, we have sleeping disorders, we don't live lives of brahmacharya, and the biggest stress is from work. We don't know where to draw the line. But by doing pranayama, we can have a control on all of these things. Most of us are not breathing consciously and not even correctly. The right way to breathe is by using the thoracic region, the clavicular region and the abdominal region. But hardly any of us breathe right like this consciously. Most of us are breathing without being conscious of our breaths, which is why we are unable to be in peace. If you breathe slowly, and comfortably, your mind will be calm. And if you breathe heavily, you will not have a calm mind. If you realize when one is angry, they are taking short breaths, and when they are calm, they are taking long breaths. Now, preparatory practices for pranayama. Before we start doing pranayama, there are some breathing techniques which involve like stretching of arms and legs, then dog breathing, rabbit breathing, tiger breathing, which is called Marjorie, and Shashank breathing. Once these breathings are practiced, the practice of pranayama after these becomes much more effective. Also, it should be remembered that pranayama is to be done after performing asanas. Asanas open up the body channels by stretches, by contractions, and enhance the effectiveness of pranayama. This is how it has been defined in content from Bihar School of Yoga, in the Hatha Yoga Pradapika, and also in the Swami Vivekanand program that we are doing now. The time to do pranayama, the best time is in the morning, just before sunrise and during sunrise. The place where you do pranayama should be clean, neat. Preferably you should be clean yourself, should have had a bath. For 3 hours before doing your pranayama, you should not have eaten anything. The sitting position for doing pranayama. Men can use Siddhasana, women may use Siddha Yoniasana. You can also be in the lotus posture, or you can be in Vajrasana. Your clothing should be calm, comfortable. Try to avoid wearing extra things like watches, tight belts, and these things. Then, needless to say that smoking and drinking must be avoided. The amazing part of regularly doing pranayama is that the body begins to repel smoke, cigarettes. Body begins to repel alcohol. It actually begins to repel all these external addictions which we have. So, let us come to the types of pranayama. There is a cooling pranayama, which comprises of Shitali, Shitkari and Sadanti. The advanced states of pranayama consists of Brahmari, where there is a humming sound used, and there is the Surya Bhed Nadi Shodh pranayama, the Chandra Bhed Nadi Shodh pranayama, and the Anulom Vilom Nadi Shodh pranayama. One very important thing, our cyclic body is consisting of 72,000 energy channels. These energy channels are called nadis. The three most important nadis are the Ida, the Pingala and the Sushumna. The Ida is the nadi which governs the left side of the body and the right brain. The Pingala is the nadi which covers the right side of the body and the left brain. The Sushumna nadi runs in between these two nadis, and it is activated when both our nostrils are open and we are breathing with both our nostrils. The intention of doing pranayama and reaching advanced states of pranayama is to make sure that Ida and Pingala are both activated and are both in harmony with each other. Only then is the Sushumna nadi activated and we can reach higher and advanced states of consciousness. I would like to thank S. Vyasa for giving me this opportunity to do this course, and my intention would be to spread yoga, breathing techniques, pranayama, and contribute to the wellness of